Hey everyone, welcome to the World Coin. Everyone, welcome. This is Alfred Severe, and I'm here with Alan. And
Hey, what's up?
what's that? We're here to discuss the Bitcoin mining opportunity that we have going on. Okay, the Bitcoin mining operation that we have going on for the trust. First, foremost, I would like to, answer a few questions first. What is a pool funding? So a pool funding is when we as a group gather our funds together for a specific cause. It may be a contribution to an investment, it may be a contribution to a specific asset, it could be for any cause, but we are pulling our funds together to buy Bitcoin mining contracts. So how does the Bitcoin mining process works? So what we do is we gather our funds together so that way we have more mining power. The more funds you add into the mining and into a mining contract, the more mining power you have, and therefore the more Bitcoin you produce at a faster rate. So so how long is the mining contract? Well, each mining contract is for 2 years, and we're looking to buy a new mining contract every 90 days. So we starting the first mining contract in on October 1st, right, Al?
Yeah, October 1st is when we're purchasing the first contract.
Okay, so yeah, we're purchasing the first contract on October 1st. So if you missed that opportunity, you would have to wait at least 90 days for the next mining contract that we purchase. So,
Well, it depends if people decide to start a new contract every month, we can do that.
right.
But those that already put monies in may not may not be willing to just do that until they see the return on the monies.
Okay, true. So about 90 days, you would say. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this contribution, I would like to be clear about this and be very transparent. This contribution is about commitment, discipline, and trust. And it's also your initial signature to our group's trust. So as you know, we are building a trust and we are looking to purchase assets, produce value for the trust. So that way we can fund businesses for everybody who's a part of the trust. So this is your signature that we can trust you and that you can work with us long term, and that way we can fund you for any lucrative creative ideas that you have on any business that you want to create. So the Bitcoin pool mining, the first Bitcoin pool mining is each member will contribute $300 for a lifetime. So it's just a one-time $300 each members, and within 30 to 90 days, you will receive your contribution, your initial contribution back. And at this point, it's optional. You can either reinvest your 300 back into a second pool, or you can invest it into Bitcoin trading, because we do have other opportunities as far as producing Bitcoin. You can invest into whichever way you want. Al, what would be one scenario that one member may particularly want to do after they get their initial money back?
Well, once they get their money back, we can double down on the income stream of the mining pool, and instead of getting the first initial percentage, we're doubling the initial percentage rate and receiving monies back quicker than we did the first time. So instead of having to wait 3 to 4 months for your return on the monies, you'd probably get your monies back within half that, would be 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And each time you re-enter the mining pool, your monies come back even faster, to whereas it would take days for you to get your monies back and see profit.
Right. So it's to simplify that, if you reinvest, you're getting a 2x ROI, which means you will have basically two mines, two Bitcoin mining pool working in your favor. So getting back double in half the time. So you can see how far that may go. Because if we have 3 mining pools, you're getting back 3x. You're getting 3 times the flip. It's flipping 3 times faster, and you're getting your money back 3 times faster. So you can see
which means on the investments, your initial investment would be 3 times more than a person that would have only invested one time.
Right. And this is just a $300 out of pocket. So you would be flipping out of profit, not even out of pocket. You're not coming out of 300 again. You're basically taking your profit and have it flip, double, triple, to as far as you want to stretch it. Right?
Yeah, because the more we contribute into the group trust, the more assets that we're able to purchase for the trust, which would bring the trust value at a high value, and that value would be broken down into the people that invested. So if you're a 3 or 4 time investor, then you're in it for that times the amount of people that are in the group.
Right. So this first initial one makes you a grandfather of the trust. You know, you become a grandfather because you're the first initial investor to start this trust. So the group will continue. So after you get your money back, okay, within 30 to 90 days, the group will continue to generate profits for the next 21 months, okay? And the profit will be allocated into funding businesses that yield a 30% interest into the trust. Al, you mind elaborating on that?
Well, I would suggest we grow the group asset first, because what happens with the group asset, it gives us a borrowing power
Yes.
of 70% of the group asset. So if we have $100,000 within the group trust, we could borrow $70,000 and maybe invest into a property that will yield a return, to where from that point, everybody in the trust would get a dividends of the profit.
Which means 70% of that profit will be split amongst the members and 30% will be returned.
No, the 70% would be the initial loan from the bank that we get for the assets. Now, whatever if we was to put that monies into an investment property where there's tenants in it that's paying rent and stuff like that, that initial profit can now be given out to members in the trust, because the trust is now generating an income. Right. Not just the Bitcoin generating an income, but now the trust is generating an income. So once the trust starts generating an income, you start generating an income.
Right. I was saying the 70% of that income goes to the members, and the 30% of that stays in the trust, so that way we can keep growing the trust funds even higher, even more. Correct?
Yeah, pretty much, because the loan that we get from the assets is just that, a loan, and it's something that needs to be paid back. So what we would have to do is put it into something that would yield a return, which is, I would say, uh, uh, an investment property, something that's gonna bring us back some sort of revenue. And with that being said, if we get like a 3-family unit or a 2-family unit, the rental income of that now would go towards paying whatever bills for the property, paying for the minimum on paying back the bank its dividends, and the remaining would be going towards paying the trust after all expenses.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. And also, so you can see that there are multiple ways, we can keep generating this. And even with the loan that we get from the bank, we can actually put that into mining, and generate, pay back the loan that way. And we just turn that
Yeah,
loan.
we could do that.
Yeah.
We could do that. Or there was a member that was talking about a a bus. He wanted to run some kind of
Yeah.
busing operation, and that sounded like a great idea as well. We can invest in his idea, and he can run his own business, but it'd be a 30% kickback on
Into the trust.
on the investment, right, back into the trust. So, whatever ideas that members would have, you would have the financial backing of the group to making those things happen, you know.
Hmm. Yes, indeed.
I've always thought about doing charity charity organizations, like opening up a daycare center, or a treatment center, things like that. So, we could get paid off of that, investing in things like that. And then, you have senior citizens sheltering, we can get involved in those type of projects, and get paid off of, providing housing for senior citizens. There's just a variety of things that, once we've generated some sort of purchasing power, we can make some real serious moves.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah, that's that pretty much breaks it down. That's pretty much what it boils down to. And the possibilities are endless. We just got to get it started. One pool mining goes to a second one, to a third one, to a fourth one. And also we have the Bitcoin trading that's producing profit as well. So, a percentage of that is going to go into the trust. And we're looking to build this to really, there's no number of how much in value we're going to have as far as assets, or even in funds, because we're looking to build this to the point where we can fund anything, anything that's lucrative, anything that's going to create interest for the trust, anything that's going to be beneficial to all of us. We will make a group decision on any business that we go into, and create it, build it, profit, and just duplicate the process. We have a blueprint already, and as you can see, this is where it all starts. This is just level one. When we get to level two, we'll discuss that at another time. So, Al, you have anything more you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to stress the fact that October 1st, I want to start buying the first contract. So this week, I would stress everybody to get their funding together, and we'll um, we'll start to get things rolling by the first. Now, there are some people that said they'll have their monies by the third. I'm I'm uh, I'm willing to extend the date if there's enough people that are seeking more time to put monies together for the pool mining, but I'm not gonna wait another week. I'm not gonna let another week go by and we haven't bought
Start.
the first contract. So let's say within this week and the first week of October, we want to have that monies in.
Yep. Like, there's it's a 2-year contract, and we looking to start new ones every 90 days approximately. So, you know,
Yeah, that's depending. Like if because me personally, if you guys want to do one every month, hey, I could I could find another $300 because that's just what I do. I make investments. So if you guys want to do another $300 every month, I can do that. But I want to be fair in showing people that this works. So I'm just saying, when everybody get their monies back, then you'll have the decision on whether you want to put it back into another flip or, you want to wait around. It doesn't matter. But I know it works because I already have a mining pool going and it's still generating um, income for me. I already received my monies back and I'm in my profit stages right now. So, and that happened within the first 4 months. So
right.
it's a guaranteed thing.
Yeah, it's definitely, they definitely won't have to wait 90 days. I think after the first mining, it's going to be pretty much every month, and it's going to be pretty much every week. We might start a mining contract, but we don't want to overwhelm ourselves as well. So at the same time, once I guess we can have about 10 mining pools, 10 mining contract, and just add on to it. What do you think,
Oh
Al?
man, if we have 10 mining contracts, that means you're not only generating uh, Bitcoin every hour, you're gonna be getting profit. Like that's just gonna be profit coming in. It wouldn't even make sense for you to reinvest because there's just so much monies
Yeah,
that's
you won't know what to do with it.
right. Yeah, at that point you're just sitting back looking at what carpet to buy and what color paint you wanna paint your new apartment. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be ridiculous.
Yeah. So you guys can see the math equation here. It goes from 90 days to 30 days to 9 days, then 3 days. Like literally, this is the type of flip we talk about, like 100x to infinity x type of flip. So it's just as far you want it to go, and it all depends on how much you want to grow into the mining. We might want to control it to keep it at $100,000. Who knows? But we know it's going to produce for sure. That's for damn sure, right? It's definitely going to produce. And also,
Right.
yeah, this is something. This is not new to us. That's another thing too as well. Like we've known about mining Bitcoin in a while. When I presented this mining contract to Alan, he jumped on it. Bitcoin was at 1,000. No, not
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
and I didn't. To be honest with you, I didn't even know it would have worked. I just did it out of desperation of trying to find the new thing. You know what I'm saying?
So much
Because
going on.
you got to be in it to win it. You know what I'm saying? And some investments flop, but you got those that kind of work out, and you start to see a direction in where you could take things once you find that one good investment that can work. And this is just one of those opportunities.
Yeah.
And the way the world is changing, with how the technology age is starting to make a push into completing certain tasks like building cars and selling products and mining for materials and producing food. Jobs is soon going to be scarce, and if we don't find creative ways to produce an income utilizing some of these technologies, you're going to be lost in the source.
Hmm. Yes, indeed. And these mining contracts is not just for Bitcoin. We have Ethereum mining contracts as well, Dash Coin, So, and these, other,
Right.
yeah, these other cryptocurrencies, they still on the rise. So Bitcoin is not
Yeah.
staying at 4,000. Ethereum is not staying at 300. So you
Right.
have more than what the mining is producing itself, because you got to remember, like, these prices, they looking to double, triple in the next couple of years. Like Bitcoin
Right.
is doubling more than it's doubling faster than a year. Like in a year span, Bitcoin at least doubles more than one time. Okay,
And
so
the funny thing is that I see the direction, because when I saw how they created like the coin cap, and it looks like a mini Wall Street, and
exactly.
how the different companies are 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 buying and selling each other's shares and stocks and stuff like that on the cryptocurrency side. I know that this is getting ready to flip. Like, they're getting ready to change over currency as we know it.
Hmm.
Okay. You think the dollar holds a value. The dollar does not hold any value but the value we put to it. And based on that fact alone, Bitcoin holds a value that we put to it. That's why it's so expensive right now.
Exactly.
And so many people are buying into it. So many people are sponsoring this idea. So, it's getting ready to take a turn. And I just hope that, we're ready to make the turn with the changing world, because you
Yes.
don't want to get caught behind trying to catch up.
Right. And I believe we still, I think less than 20% of the world knows about Bitcoin, is actually involved with Bitcoin. So imagine the potential of Bitcoin in the next 10 years. Yes, it could actually reach 100,000. And this is why, there are a lot of other cryptocurrencies popping up left and right, because the Bitcoin technology is open, it's open to the public. So any developers that knows coding, that knows, how to create a digital asset, they can literally create a Bitcoin, their own version of Bitcoin. And that's what's happening right now. So in order for people to get access to these other cryptocurrencies, they have to buy Bitcoin. So the demand of Bitcoin is only just going up. It's going to the moon and beyond. So yeah, imagine just holding on to your Bitcoin, producing. See, we literally printing Bitcoin here. This is literally printing Bitcoin. We're creating Bitcoin, producing Bitcoin from scratch, and and we have a 2-year contract of yielding profit from this, and then we can have another 2-year contract, starting a whole new contract again. So the possibility and the type of profit we're talking about is endless. This is just These figures we're giving you is just a ballpark. You know, today, as of today, Bitcoin is
Because
about
it's basically rolling over. Every time we open up a new contract, that's just another 2-year contract added to the 2 years that we already have going. So we could keep this rolling over for the next 10 to 20 years.
yeah, yes. There's really nothing stopping us, and to the point where we can have our own mining farm. You know, Bitcoin mining farm. And you know that's the end goal for as far as mining goes. You know, this mining, the method of mining is so powerful, and it's just gonna get even bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna go away because that's the prime method of creating Bitcoin. You know, that's where Bitcoin actually.
But Alfred, we don't want to fry everybody's brain just yet.
Yeah. So
let's just get over this first hurdle, because you know when we start getting into the printing up our own money, that's when you know we hitting big. We hitting big.
Huge. Like, yeah. Beyond.
I can't wait to get to that point, for real.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You know, it's, oh man, producing food, producing Bitcoin, and producing electricity. Okay, that's enough talk, man.
Oh man, so you about to fry my brain now because.
All right. So I hope, you know, well, I know that me and Ali have done a great job explaining this, but I know some of you may have questions. Feel free to reach out to us in the group. And by the way, please download Discord. Okay, this is where we discuss these type of brain frying ideas. It's on Discord. You know, we don't really, I personally don't like using Facebook because, you know, everything is monitored and recorded on Facebook, and it's just not a safe place to talk about moves like that. So definitely, you know, download the link. You know, I'll post a link, you know, the invite link to Discord, so that way you can join our private communication network on Discord, and you know we can talk about really anything, literally anything on a private platform. So I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your contribution. And if you have, you know, if you are going to contribute, you know, welcome aboard, welcome to our trust, and we're looking to go beyond, you know, beyond the limit that you can possibly think of. You know? So thank you, and Al, thank you for also being on also, and you know, anything else you'd like to share with the group?
Yeah, thanks, Al. You know, and everybody that's getting involved, man. I can't wait to shake it, every last one of you's hand individually, because you're not just members of the group now. You're turning into family.
Yes.
And let's get this momentum going. All right, October 1st. Let's do it.
Good. Much love to you all, and have a good night.